Do you want to know different options of programs you can study in Dublin, Ireland? Hi, and thank you for joining this live stream study with Dorset College Dublin in Ireland. If you are interested in a school of business, a school of computing, a school of healthcare, professional courses, Erasmus Plus, a school of English language, this live stream is for you. My name is Hugo Bustamante, Recruitment Manager for Global Studies. Global Studies is an educational agency which helps you to apply to different destinations like the UK, USA, Canada, Ireland, Germany, France, Italy, Cyprus, Malta, and other destinations. You just have to contact us. You have here our WhatsApp number, our email address, and you can ask for your free guidance session. And don't forget to follow us in our social media. You can find us as Global Studies UK in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Follow us. You will know more about different events we have, the different options we can offer you in different destinations. And today we will be talking about Dorset College Dublin, and we will be with Natalia Musa. She is Sales and Marketing Director. Hi, Natalia, how are you?
Hi, Hugo. I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for attending this live.
Natalia, it is a pleasure to have you with us today. Natalia is a sales and marketing director with over 11 years of experience in the education sector and international affairs. Born in Brazil, Natalia has spent the last 12 years living abroad, most of it living in Dublin, Ireland. She traveled a lot, aiming to get to know different cultures, explore life outside of her comfort zone, and also to volunteer and give back to society. Natalia had the opportunity to work in different countries like Ireland, Brazil, Portugal, Germany, Thailand, and Ukraine, and collects memories from 35 countries. Currently working for Dorset College Dublin, she is leading the sales and marketing team at the college to recruit students from all over the world and enable others to have the same kind of unforgettable experience as she had as a student in Ireland. Natalia,
Thank you very much for the introduction, Hugo. As
no,
you mentioned, I just love to share my personal experience with the students and inspire others to travel around and improve themselves, learn a bit different cultures.
it's a pleasure to have you here, Natalia, with us. And we also have a short video to introduce our audience,
Mhm.
and they could see something about Dorset College in Ireland. Well, that is a short introduction. And Natalia, please, what could you tell us about your institution, please? What can you tell us about Dorset College Dublin?
So Dorset College Dublin is a well-established college. It started as a family business almost 40 years ago. So we've been in the market for quite a while. We're educating since 1983. We're in the heart of the city, so in Dublin 1. It's very well located. It's easy to use public transport as well to move around. And our courses, they're internationally recognized. So the students can come to Dorset. If they don't have enough English yet, they can study English first, and then we can provide them with the pathway to remain in the country and look for professional experience as well. We have currently around within 1 year time, around 1,200 students from over 70 nationalities. The nationalities can vary depending on the course that the students are attending and the time of the year as well. We have excellent facilities. We have also modern classrooms where we have implemented during the pandemic like a new technology. So we have like big screens, sound bar, cameras in all our classrooms. We know the importance of career for the international students especially, so we try to be more and more focused on this area, and we are very much career oriented, so during the classes and also with our activities. And the classes, like they are very small, so just to make sure that the students have a good experience during the classes, and they are close to the teachers and then to their colleagues as well. Here you can see some images of Dorset College. There are a few classrooms. There is a computer lab that you can see there. So our degree students, the Bachelor of Computing course students, they can use this lab. There's a photo of our canteen in the middle, and then also one photo of the reception. On the last photo in the right, you can see like the big screen and the soundbar, and this is like in all the classrooms they will have access to this. This can enhance the experience of the students in class as well. And regarding our locations, you can see here in the map, we started small with one building, and then now we have already 5 buildings. So we have the number two and number 3 as our main buildings. And then we have number 1 as the building for the language students. And then we have number 4, some courses are happening here as well. And then number 6 is only for higher education programs. And just recently we have acquired a new building, which is number 5. It's literally beside number 4. And as I mentioned, we started as a family business, but we are constantly growing. And despite the fact there was a pandemic recently, we have grown a lot in the last year. So we need more spaces, and we are focusing more in higher education programs as well. As I mentioned, it's close to the city center, close to the Spire for those who know, but it's only 10 minutes walking from there, and all the buildings, they're really walking distance from each other, so it's easy for the students to move around if they need. Regarding accreditations, I mentioned that our programs are internationally recognized, so it means we're QQI accredited. So when you're looking for a higher education program in Ireland, you should make sure that the course will be accredited by QQI, so Quality and Qualification Ireland. We're also part of the HECA Association, so the managing director of Dorset is a board member in HECA, in this association. And then when it comes to language programs, the important accreditation currently is ASHUS. So Dorset also has this accreditation. And we are part of the ELE Ireland as well. So it's a group of premium schools that really focus on the experience of the students. And then just regarding payments as well, we have like safer methods of payments for the students. And why Dublin, Ireland? Well, Dublin is an incredible city where you can find people from all over the world. It's young, it's vibrant. We like to say it's the Silicon Valley of Europe. And the reason for that is because of all the big companies, especially the tech companies that are in the country, are in Ireland, especially in Dublin. It's an English-speaking country, so to develop the English or to learn English, it's just perfect, the perfect environment. The location of Ireland itself, it's literally a doorstep of many countries in Europe. It's very affordable and easy to travel around European countries, you know. And the international students are engaged in full-time study um, for 1 year, or 1 year if there is higher education, or 8 months if language. They don't need to worry about visa because they can have student visa, stamp 2 visa easily. And then here is just some examples of companies that you can find in Ireland: Google, Facebook, MasterCard. I'm sure you all are familiar with at least half of these companies. So they're all in Ireland. They're always looking for high qualified professionals, and also professionals that can actually speak a different language. So the fact that international students can speak Spanish, Portuguese, German, French, other languages, it's a plus because it helps them to get also jobs in these multinationals. Here are just some examples again of like 9 of the top 10 US IT companies, they are in Ireland. So 20 of the top 25 financial service companies are also in Ireland, and 16 of the 20 top software companies are located in Ireland as well. So Ireland is actually very popular for the tech, as a tech hub, and also for professionals from the IT area. Here you see a little bit of our student experience. We have a person completely focused on this area, the student experience lead. She assists our students with anything they need. Sometimes they just need to have a little bit of help to adapt to a new culture, a new country. But sometimes they just want to have fun as well in parallel with the program that they are attending. So here you have examples of experience that the students can have. So like walking tours, we have trips to places close by. So Ireland is a very small country. It's very easy to cross from one side to the other. There are lovely landscapes around the country, lovely places to visit. And sometimes we organize this kind of trips to our students. And it's also a moment where they can engage with students from a different course as well. So it's a nice moment for them to hang out. As I mentioned about the careers, we're trying to focus more and more in this area as well. So we also have like CV workshops. We have also sometimes external people coming to talk to our students about employability, about professional experience, about opportunities in general. For example, in Ireland, it's very important if you're looking for a job to use LinkedIn, to have a strong LinkedIn profile. So we also assist the students with this. We can do also like workshops, webinars about this kind of topic. So this is just some examples. Regarding accommodation, accommodation has been quite challenging at the moment in Ireland. So we advise our students to book at least 4 to 8 weeks of accommodation, and they also should let us know at least a month in advance of the travel, because we want to make sure we are going to be able to place the students with accommodation. And we have at the moment two main options. One would be host family, and another one would be the student residency. So it depends on the budget of the student, what you're looking for, and what is important. If you want to have more privacy, if you want to experience a bit more of the Irish culture, so you have to understand which is going to be the right fit for you. This is just a rough idea of the minimum wages of the country and what kind of jobs students can normally get when they first come to Ireland without English, for example, and they have to find their first job. So these are the first opportunities, like waiter or waitress, housekeeper, au pair. It's the same as babysitting. Kitchen porter, which is like a person who assists in the kitchen. And with these kinds of jobs, you can do at least 840 per month, so working 20 hours while you're studying. And then when you're on holidays, you can actually work a bit more, so you can work 40 hours. The rule for students with stamp 2 is that they are going to be allowed to work 20 hours per week when they are studying, and they're going to be allowed to work 40 hours per week when they are on holidays. So students who travel to Ireland to do a 8-month program, so 6 months of English and 2 months of holidays, they can work 20 hours for 6 months and then 40 hours for 2 months. That's the rule. And after this period, they are also allowed to renew their visa twice with the language program. And then after this, they can renew, but then they have to do a further development into a higher education program. So they should do attend a bachelor degree. Here is just an idea of cost of living, but this can vary a lot depending on the lifestyle of each student. The accommodation, it will depend if you're sharing a room, if you have a single room, if you're located in the city center, if you're like 20 minutes by bus from the city center, it can be a huge difference. The food can depend as well if you're cooking at home or if you're going out, or what kind of foods do you eat. Electricity, again, depends if you're sharing or not, with more people or less people. Internet, I think this part is amazing because with only €20 you can have unlimited internet, and you can watch videos, you can play on social media, you can do literally everything, use it for studies. So it's very handy and very affordable. Entertainment, some people prefer not to spend even money with entertainment. They do like free cultural stuff, which is also possible in Ireland. There are many opportunities. If you don't want to pay, go to a park. There are some kind of free exhibitions, free museums as well. So everything is possible. When it comes to transport, there are some kind of special like prices for students if they use like the Lewis, which is a tram or the bus. But some students end up using bikes because it's free, it's healthy, and it's like Dublin is a good city to cycle, to cycle around. I personally used to do this, go to work and return with bicycle, and there's no problem there. So again, it can vary a lot between 600, 1,350. It could be more, definitely, it could be less, also possible. So it depends on your lifestyle. Then in the English school, we have two types of English courses. We have the general English programs, which are for any level, so any student basically can attend this program. And then we have the business English program, which is only for students who hold already a certain level of English, so they're over intermediate. These students would attend business English. In the general English course, it's 15 hours, and students can choose between mornings and afternoons. We have all the levels, and the classes are going to be Monday to Friday. While for business English, the classes are going to be only Monday to Thursday, so they will have like longer days, but then they will have one extra day off. So it means the students can enjoy one extra day to relax, to travel, to work, to do whatever they wish. Imagine a free Friday. It's great. So here is just like a rough understanding of the mix of nationalities for the language programs. This can vary a lot, and I just put some examples on the right side. So how it can vary. So it depends on the level. For example, students from Mongolia, normally the students that will receive, they normally need to attend a beginner level first. And then it might happen that you have more Mongolian students in the beginner levels, and then you don't have the advanced level, for example. So this can vary depending on the level. And then if it's a morning or afternoon, the time of the year as well. So for example, right now we have some French students, and the reason for that is because we have like cooperation with a French university. They send their students for the semester abroad, so they're going to do a bachelor degree. But before they attend some English classes as well. So for this reason, we have like a higher number of French at the moment. And here is a new program that we have. It's a processional course. This course can only be acquired with one of our bachelor degrees. And the idea is to bridge the gap in the English language so the students can actually be accepted in the bachelor degree. So for all our bachelors, the students will have to have IELTS 6. But if they have IELTS 5.5, they could start a bit earlier. So they would attend this 10-week program to develop their English and also to get used to the higher education system in Ireland. So this course can be very useful, very helpful. And again, it's only 10 weeks. After the program, they would have a 2-week break, and then they would start with the main program in the intake. The application process is very simple, but I'm sure Hugo and his team are going to help you with this. So Global Studies can give full support on this. And regarding our degree programs, at the moment, this is the national framework of qualification in Ireland. It might be slightly different from other countries depending where you're from. But in Ireland, a bachelor degree would be level 7 or level 8. And these are the programs that we offer at the moment. So the difference between one and the other is level 7 is an ordinary bachelor degree, and then the level 8 is an honors degree. So the level 7 is interesting because it's a smooth transition for the students to go first to the level 7, get used to it, and then progress to level 8. And here is our first course, first degree. It's a Bachelor of Business. This is a 3-year program, and then by doing this program, here there are some examples of job opportunities that the students could have. So marketing coordinator, human resource, sales representative, so operations research analyst. So it's like different areas, and the areas could be like in marketing and business and finance, and human resource. So it gives you a good lens of opportunities. This program, as I mentioned previously, it's 3-year. It has a 3-year duration. So our main intake is September. However, for this September, we have no availability anymore. We are working with a waiting list, but at the moment we're not accepting more applications. But we are accepting applications for January intake. And then this program is only 3 days per week. So it also gives more free time for the students. So we decided that for international students, this is the best approach. So all our bachelor degrees, they are 3 days per week. So the students have 4 days off. The initial investment for the students who is traveling to Ireland would be 6,950, and then the extra fee we would charge would be the medical insurance, which is compulsory for visa purpose. And for the students who apply and they are eligible and they get an offer from Dorset, if they pay the first deposit or if they do the payment within 30 days after the issuance of the letter, they will also guarantee a scholarship. So they can guarantee a discount of €500. So rather than paying 6,950 of the first year, they would be paying 6,450. Okay? Once these students are already located in Ireland, we're going to treat them as like EU students, as local students. So it means they would have access to a lower price. So for the second and the third year, they would pay €4,200 instead of 6,950. So this is also very good for the students because then while they are working there in Ireland, it can help them as well to save a bit, to help them with the tuition fee afterwards. Here we have the second program. It's a Bachelor of Science in Computing. I mentioned in the beginning, IT is a very important area in Ireland. There are many job opportunities and we have like a very high demand for this program as well because it opens many doors when it comes to job opportunities. Also to get a visa, like a work permit afterwards, this program is very good for this because the job opportunities are listed in the critical skills list for the visa for the employment. So For this program, the investment for the first year would be the same, 6,050. The difference is that for the second and the third year, it's slightly higher, so it's 4,700. The same rule about the scholarship would apply. So we also offer a 500 euro scholarship if the student do the first payment after 30 days of the issuance of the letter. And then here, our level 8 degree. So the Bachelor of Business, Honors in International Business. This is a top-up program. This is our bestseller currently. We have a waiting list for all the programs, but normally for this one, it's always the first. We have more seats for this, but also the demand is like much higher. This program is for students who hold already a degree. And normally they hold a degree in related areas. So it would be in business, marketing, finance, human resource. These are the 4 pillars. However, a student who holds a degree in engineering, for example, but this student has work experience, this could be also a possible candidate for the program. The way we are going to find out is really receiving the application and the CV of the student. And then we're going to verify all the work experience of the student to see if it's a good match for this program or not. In some rare cases, we also ask for an interview. So one of our lecturers is going to interview the students and check if the student would be eligible for the program or not. This is a 1-year program. So it will give the students a 1-year visa. The intake is in September or in January. If they start in September this year, for example, it means by May of next year, they already finished with the program. So they will have basically 4 months left to have work experience. And then after these 4 months, they are allowed to renew their visa with a stamp 1G. So this means they will have 1 extra year to have work experience and work 40 hours per week during the whole year. This is amazing because they can easily, in a few months of work in Ireland, recover the investment in the program. So this is really good. And this program can open many doors as well when it comes to job opportunities because it's very broad. And then here you can see like the investment required for the program. If the student is coming from outside of Ireland, the investment would be 7,450. And if the student is already in Ireland, 5,400 euro. For both of them, we have the scholarship of 500. Okay. And apart from the tuition fee, the students must pay the 150 euro insurance. The mix of nationality here, you can see it's slightly different. What you see in green is like others, so don't get scared. The main nationality here is the one in blue is Brazilian students. Then you have in yellow Pakistani students, then Chinese students, Irish students. Then you have also students from Uruguay, Turkey, Italy, India, Costa Rica. So it's very diversified. But again, it will depend on the nationality as well, because some nationalities, they tend to go to like a specific program. So for example, Indian students, they really love like computing courses, IT programs. So you might find more Indians in the Bachelor of Computing program, for example. And then the International Business program, Brazilians love this program. You might find more Brazilians in this program. So it can vary based on the program. Here you have the entry requirements for the bachelor degrees. So mainly we need IELTS 6 or equivalent. So we also accept TOEFL, IBT, Pearson, PTE, Cambridge, to accept other, and Duolingo, which has become very popular since the pandemic started. And then we will need the transcripts of the students, always the original and the translated version. It's important. And then regarding personal documents, we're going to need the passport of the students, first page. And then if the student is already in Ireland, we're going to need also the stamp page. And the CV is very important for students who are applying for the BB4, so for the top up in international business. Dorset offers an English placement test. It's free of charge. This is the good news. So the students can do it instead of TOEFL, instead of Duolingo. And then the not as great news is that the test happens always on the same day and in the same time. So it's always on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Irish time. And it starts at 10 a.m., but then it goes until the afternoon because we have all the parts like reading, writing, listening, and then the speaking, which takes place after 2:30 in the day. Okay? Normally, the students do the test on Wednesday, and then within 1 week, they get the result if they were approved or not. Here are just some important information like regarding the score. But the score, this is for the internal score at Dorset. And then the speaking test that they do on Wednesday is different from an interview that sometimes the student will need for the international business program, for the top-up program. If a student is not approved on the first place in the English test, then they can wait between 2 weeks and 2 months. It will depend on the score that they get. If it's a very low score, sometimes we even recommend that they don't try the test again. They attend an English course first. On the day of the test, the student will get an email from the English teacher, and they will have the link to do the test online. Here is just to show like which are the certificates we would accept. Apart from IELTS, I mentioned Cambridge, TOEFL, PTE, Duolingo, Trinity, BEC, which is the business exam, and then the last one would be Dorset certificate. So if we have a student who is attending our language programs and this student has already an upper intermediate level of English, if he is attending B2 plus or C1 level in our English course, it means they don't have to be tested, they don't have to provide a certificate because we know already that they have the necessary level of English for the national degrees. Then the application process again, Hugo and his team are gonna help. Normally, we're proud to say that we are very fast. 2 working days is our process time to check an application if we have all the documents. And yeah, and that's mainly this. If you have any questions, I'm here to help as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalia. Really, thank you for all this time, all this information. And this is really, really important for our students. They have really many opportunities with you. And yes, we do have questions. Please, can the students work while they are studying at Dorset College Dublin?
Yes, so they are allowed to work 20 hours while they are studying and then 40 hours on their holidays.
Perfect. And please, Natalia, could you tell us what are the entry criteria for the level 8 year Bachelor of Business?
So we are gonna need to have a student with hold already a degree. So we need to get the degree from the student. Um, you have it here. We're gonna need to have the degree, so the original and the transcript. So not only the parchment, only the diploma, but we need also the modules that the student did in college with the scores and IELTS 6 or equivalent, and then the CV. And when we look at the CV, we're going to try to find like experience in the 4 pillar areas that I mentioned. So human resource, marketing, finance, and business.
Perfect, Natalia. Thank you. And could you please tell us if in the future will be the option to take the Bachelor in Computing for the level 8?
Yeah, we have plans to like have other options of degrees at Dorset. But for the moment, I don't have a date yet. But I imagine that first we're going to have another degree in the business area, and then the next step would be like a top-up program as well in the computing area.
Oh,
Then
perfect.
hopefully a master's as well. So that's our plan.
No, it is really important for us to know all these options that you can offer us, and this would be really interesting to have this option too. And Natalia, could you tell us, please, how is the process to apply to the 1 year post-study work visa when students completed a degree or level 8 course?
Okay, normally it's very straightforward. Once the students successfully complete the program, they just have to book an appointment to renew their visa, and then they would just change the status. So from the stamp 2, they're going to get a stamp 1G visa. So they're going to show that they finish successfully the program, and then they can renew and get this visa so they can look for jobs and stuff. And they will need again an insurance. Normally, the immigration will ask for this as well, but it's a simple process. But it's only after the level 8 degree.
Okay. And Natalia, could you please tell us what tips are important that you could mention to the students to avoid issues with the accommodation in Dublin?
I would say there are many like groups on Facebook. There are some websites as well, but the main thing is sometimes the students they try to get very short stay of accommodation in the beginning, and this can be an issue for them because they were going to be in rush to find a place in Ireland. So I would strongly recommend that if possible they get 8 weeks of accommodation. If not possible, then they have to go for 4 weeks because it's the minimum. But I would say 8 weeks give them time, and then they have to be really actively looking for places and connecting to people as well, talking to the friends, to the colleagues in the classroom, because this is going to be very helpful. You know, networking for accommodation can be helpful.
Yes, Natalia. And please, could you tell us how long in advance is how long in advance is considerably accepted to get admission for English courses and for bachelor courses? Uh, h- how much time do the students need before applying?
Mhm. So for language programs, it's slightly different than for a higher education program. For language, we can do it like faster. You know, it can be more like almost like a last minute decision. But I would say at least 2-3 months upfront would be like good. You know, but it's feasible to do it in a shorter period. But for us as an institution, we ask at least a month in advance for everything, like to process the documents, to receive payments, to book accommodation, because then it allows us time to do our procedures, our internal procedures. When it comes to higher education, it's different because, as I mentioned, we have already a waiting list, and we're just in July. We're in the middle of July. The intake starts in the middle of September. So to be sure that you're going to have a place in the program, I would say 6 months in advance, apply, you know, do the process, pay the deposit. Because it's also like it's a safety, and then it's also like okay, then you can start planning the rest. You know you're going to be accepted. You know you're going to start the program. Then you can even start looking for accommodation, connecting to people, and then planning your trip away. So I would say this 3 months and 6 months, three for English and then six for bachelor degrees.
Thank you, Natalia. And please, could you tell us, is there any special offer for LATAM students?
So at the moment, we don't have any special offer for the language programs. And then for the bachelor degrees, we have the offer of the scholarship. So the 500 euro discounts that I offer. When we do the exchange, it's a very generous, it's a good amount, you know, when you change to the exchange rate. So that would be it for now.
Natalia. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you for being with us, for all this information. And I want to tell all our audience that this is a good moment to think in your future and make it a start today. Studying with Dorset College Dublin. Your future starts now. Your goals are closest than you think. Contact us and start your application. Our team will be happy to help you and give you all the necessary guide. And we are sure we are working with Natalia, and she will help us to work with your applications to study at Dorset College Dublin. And thank you, Natalia. Really, thank you for being with us today.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, and we will see each other in another event. Thank you, and bye, everybody.
Thank you. See you.